Hey everyone, Maury Curtis Dunbar here at Painted Studios. Welcome back to spending some time with us. I am setting up my cameras so I can see everything, and hopefully Okay, I swore I turned the volume down, and clearly I didn't. So I'm getting everything set up so that I can see you all, and you all can see me, or I can see your comments anyway. Whew, it's a warm, steamy, muggy day here. We have big thunderstorms and stuff supposed to be coming through this afternoon. We've been hearing thunder and lightning all afternoon, and it's like 91 and nearly 100% humidity. So everything has been gummy today. Ugh. But we are ready to foil. So I'm going to not chat too long. I'm going to remind everybody that it is now August. Our new product of the month is available. Our product of the month this month, August of 2022, is our two-part epoxy resins. Both art resin and liquid glass are 20% off with the discount code AUG20, AUG20. Use that at checkout. You'll save 20% on both our kinds of our epoxy resin. So don't miss out on that. I think it's a terrific deal. All right, I'm going to split the camera down. Hi, Helen. Nice to see you here. So let me swing the camera down. I got to watch what I'm doing just to make sure that I'm actually where you and I can both see what I'm doing. Lock that in. Now, yesterday we did sneakers, and as you can see, I used our new blue cheetah foil on here. It's really, really cute, and I had a lot of questions about sealing this up. Now, my silly self thought I could just get away with applying waterproofing spray. I wasn't really thinking when I said that, because there's still foil adhesive that would be exposed. So after consulting with my manufacturers to make sure that I was telling you something that would actually work, we used Faux Effects AquaGuard. You can use it in gloss or in satin. I happen to use it in satin. They use it a lot for, I got a little piece of glitter stuck on here, so let me get that off. It's used for floor cloths and stuff like that. It's extremely flexible, but it's also a terrific sealant. So we put 2 layers of AquaGuard satin on here. If you're using a shinier foil or you want it slightly shinier, you can use AquaGuard gloss. And I took the laces back out, and I'm not putting them in until tomorrow or the day after because, you get the top coat into the grommets, and I don't want to ruin the shoelaces and drag them through brand new top coat. I want to give this enough time to cure up, especially since it's so humid here today. But my laces are sitting on the side. I think these are super cute. Hi, BB. Nice to see you here. And these are going to be terrific. Now, I'm already starting on fall colors, so I expect I'll be wearing these all fall, and then we're going to show you the boots that I set up with foil adhesive yesterday. Now, these are a combination of sneakers and combat style boots, but the lug sole is very flexible, which works for me, and the insert is very cushioned. Now, again, I bought these super cheap at Nordstrom's Rack. I don't pay a lot of stuff for things that I might be foiling. I've foiled all my old shoes, things like that. So I want to make sure, especially when it's something new I've never done before, I'm not paying a lot of money for it. But these are going to be terrific. I have put 2 layers of, let me reach it, our Artsyville foil adhesive on here. I might have been able to get away with 1 on these because the canvas is very dense, whereas on the sneakers it was very absorbent. They're 2 slightly different materials. This is a softer weave, whereas this is really like hard canvas. And if you look at the tongue, you can kind of see the canvas material that's in here. And I only applied foil adhesive to where I'm applying foil. This has been setting up since yesterday, so we're ready to foil. And if you happen to see any of my posts today, I did a poll as to which foils we were going to use. Either the Magnolia foil or the Bailey's flowers. And I took everybody's advice. I went in all over the place, thought about it really hard, and then we're going with the Magnolia, and the final determination is what will go with most of my clothes, and that's the Magnolia. So I'm going to take a little piece, and we're going to do this in parts. I'm not going to try to take this all in one fell swoop, wrap the shoe. That's a bad idea. Now, we're working on parchment paper, so I can set this down on its side and know that it won't stick, it won't ruin the adhesive level. Don't do this if you're not working on a non-stick surface. You'll have a bad result. You won't be happy. I am smoothing my foil on. And I know there's going to be probably some gaps and some wrinkles and some puckers because this is fabric and it's not exactly a super smooth flat surface, but I should get a really good result. I'm taking my little scrub brush. And these are fabric-friendly foils. Now, you know, normally we don't tell you to use the Artsyville foil adhesive on fabrics. We have other adhesives for that. But these are shoes. Shoes, you can't iron your shoes, and shoes are generally a tougher material than what you're putting like on a t-shirt. So we can't iron these, we can't use this other ways, but because this is such tough material, putting foil adhesive on it, and you don't put these in the washing machine. So this works out really, really well. Okay, I think we're all... Oh my God, that is fantastic. Look how great that is. Now I'm going to have a little cleanup here along the edges. I had that with my sneakers, but a little, I used 91% alcohol and a couple of Q-tips, and that cleaned that up easily right along there. So we're going to do the other side, and then we'll do the tongue of the shoe. Actually, yeah, I got enough to do this here, I think. Let's put this in here. Let's put this over here. Come on, I gotta rub it in all of its little spots. Now, I freely admit, I love this Magnolia foil way more than I ever thought I would. And it's turned out to be one of the most gorgeous, dramatic foils that I think I've brought in here. And trust me, before that, this one was my favorite. So obviously I like dark florals. I like things with a little bit of deep drama. Oh my God, look how good that is. I mean, seriously, that's just fantastic. Fantastic. So let's get the toe. I don't think I have quite enough on this piece left to get the toe. No, I don't. So I'll set that to the side. We'll get the toe. Let's see if anybody has. It makes you want to go crazy buying boots and do this to shoes and tennis shoes. I know. It's like all of a sudden this looks so great. I cannot wait. Sherry asked, did I use set coat? Absolutely not. Set coat is not needed because the shoes were black, so I already had a black surface. It didn't need to be sealed up that way because the foil adhesive seals up the canvas, but I did use 2 coats of foil adhesive, something I almost never have to do. And that's because it's fabric and I knew it might soak in a little. Okay, let's rub all this on. Oh, this is going to be a pretty dramatic toe on my boots, I can tell already. I wasn't even thinking about it when I put the foil on. I just put it on. Whatever goes, goes. The paper's shifting as I scrub because I keep pulling things towards me. You're welcome, Sherry. Yeah, if I don't have to, Set Coat actually isn't as flexible as you might want for something that you're going to wear. It will bend and crease. I've done it on furniture, like fabric seats. Oh my God, this is awesome. I will go back in there because there were a couple of major creases that showed up. This is so great. I have to get these little edge spots right over here. Yeah, Set Coat can crease. I did a chair for a client and we had a long conversation. I said that, you know, Set Coat's not designed for fabric, especially anything that's going to be bending. So you might want to rethink that. And she said, I don't care. I hate this chair. I want it just to look better. I said, okay, your choice. And sure enough, you know, it was supposed to be a decorative chair. Somebody sat in it and it creased and cracked, and we just put another coat on it, and then she put a sign on it that says, don't you dare think about sitting here. Not surprised. It's not made for that, but the foil adhesive is very, very flexible, so you shouldn't have any problem with that. I've done a number of pairs of shoes, never had a problem with the crease. I'm just going around this now to make sure I didn't miss any little spots, because there's always a corner or something that I miss. Get my fingers in there. And yeah, that's the pattern of the foil, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay. One more tiny spot. I mean, look at how killer that is. These are going to be awesome to wear all fall. I'm going to do the other one. And again, I am really going to not pay attention to how I place the foil on these. I want it to be as random as possible. I don't want to think about it that hard. Although now that I've noticed the toe is that pink, I might alter the way I place the foil on the toe, because that is really a pink, pink, pink toe. And while I think it's cool, I might not want them both that pink. Okay, let's get this on here. Okay, let's give it a scrub. These are sort of combat boot sneakers, and I think they're not heavy, which I have a problem with some boots being just like they weigh down. I love Doc Martens, but they are so darn heavy, and that's not comfortable for me to wear anymore, so this gives me my sort of Doc Marten-ish feel without, let's get a little bit of a fold in the fabric there, so I'm going at it with my fingers just to push the fabric back out and get it into the foil, so I don't have a big skipped spot. So these lighter weight canvas boots, that is so pretty. That is just so pretty. Now, I think there's a little bit of adhesive right here that needs to be addressed. I may have missed that spot. Yeah, I did miss that spot, but it blended in beautifully. And then let me do... Okay, I got this right the last time, but I think I don't have quite the same. Here we go. we're going to get a little more of the gold and orange on this side this time. That is just so cool. I can't get over how awesome these look. Hi, Linda. Oh, BB likes the pink toes too. Thank you. You're gonna foil use some Harley boots? I think that's an awesome idea. I think that is a fantastic idea, Helen. All right, so I'm going to get in here. I'm sorry the toe is back to you. I just need to place the foil on here and then work it around. A little less pink on the toe this time, but we're going to have some gold and other colors on here too. And I just want to get into these crevices right along here. I think these are just going to be so cool. Oh, that's so great. I think I have a little bit of pattern a little bit of adhesive that I missed right there. It feels sticky. Not surprised. Again, we're working on a not even surface, so you may have to go back in and fill in spots. It's not a big deal. And with a pattern like Magnolia, it's so easy to do. It really kind of hides its own flaws nicely. It's a big pattern, and I would say I've used stuff like our Flower Power and stuff like that on big surfaces like this, and it doesn't work quite as well because it's such a distinct pattern that when you have a break in it, it just doesn't hide the unevenness of certain things as well. Okay, I am loving this. I'm loving the coarseness of the texture that we got. I'm loving the fact that you can still see some of the canvas through this a little bit, but I do need to go back into this spot because I just found with my finger one big old sticky spot that I missed. So let me go and give that a scrub. See how nicely that just blended? I had a big big black spot. I just kind of picked a piece of my foil that was similar to what was there. It blended in beautifully. I'm going to run my fingers over everything just to make sure I haven't missed anything. Because there is black in this pattern, so you can miss stuff. I feel a couple sticky spots over here. So let me take my foil adhesive and just touch that spot up, no problems. And I feel a little bit of stickiness up here, so again, I'm kind of trying to work with the colors that were there so that the touch-ups aren't quite as obvious, and it works really, really nicely. I'm very, very pleased with these. Now, what we're going to do next, once I get all this mess out of the way and flatten my paper out, we're going to take a little AquaGuard. This is Faux Effects AquaGuard. Yes, I do carry this product. I have added a little bit of water to it so it will absorb into the canvas a little bit. Add a little more because it's been sitting out for a little while. and we're going to paint all the foiled areas. I'm not painting here up at the grommets. I'm not painting the rest of the tongue. I'm only painting the top coat onto the area that I foiled because it does need to be sealed up. And then I will come back and put a second coat on. You don't want to put more than 2 coats of this on. It doesn't need it. And the other part of that is that you can over top coat something and trap moisture in and end up with cloudiness or moisture trapped under the top coat, and we don't want to do that either, since we have foil adhesive under here that has its, you know, a little bit of moisture still in there too, and it's a humid day out, so, you know, you don't want to trap the moisture by applying your top coat too thick. You want to just seal up the foil. And no, I'm not foiling on the rubber. The rubber is not meant to, sorry, I'm stuttering because I'm doing painting at the same time. The rubber is not meant to take anything on it. It's meant to shed stuff. And these little spots that are right along the seam here where I might have foil overlapping, you know, I might have dribbled a little foil adhesive or just rubbed off there. I'm going to come back through there with little Q-tips and some rubbing alcohol, and it'll clean right off, no problem. Now, I have top coated this, I have top coated the toe, so I'm just going to tip this towards you, but it's going to be facing me. Let me get things out of my elbows. And we're just going to, I can't put it on its side like I did with the foiling, because I will ruin my top coat. I have little bits of gold tinsel glitter floating around the studio today. And I just take it off with tweezers so I'm not sticking my fingers in the top coat all day like I usually do. Plus, the tweezers are actually more accurate than my fat fingers. Now these are going to be so cool. These are going to probably end up being my go-to boots this fall. If you get a little extra on the canvas part, don't worry about that. If it's just, usually sometimes you just get a little extra deposit floating around. Come in after your top coats have all dried, hit it with a little tape and a little bit of like a toothbrush or a scrub brush. And usually it's not an issue to get it off. If you need to, take a little denatured alcohol or rubbing alcohol along here and a Q-tip, that'll get it off too. Okay, I just want to make sure I don't have this pooling anywhere where it's going to make a mess and look bad. God, look at this. This is so cool. This is just so cool. I'm so excited by these. Oh. I don't often, I mean, sometimes I get really excited about my work, but a lot of times I'm like, wow, just love this. Oh, Helen's granddaughter says the boots are fire. Helen, you're going to have to make a pair for your granddaughter. You know that now. If she's in love with them, you're going to have to make a pair for them, and they are completely wearable. They're durable. And like I said, I got the boots at Nordstrom's Rack, so you don't have to spend big bucks on them. I think the brand on these is BP. Don't ask me, it's not a brand I've ever heard of. Sometimes, like at outlet places, you get overstocks from other places and you get odd things like BP. And the sneakers were BP too, and I think they cost me all of $17. The boots, I think, were $35, $39, something like that. They were really, really affordable. And I would be very honest with you. This would look very different over a light colored canvas. I picked black boots very specifically because I knew whatever I would choose would look really sharp over the black. If you're going to do light colored shoes, be very aware of what foil you're going to choose, because just as little bits of black break through here and add to the design, little bits of any other color will show through your foil and on a light color one. I think like if you did like Wild Thang, our Wild Thang foil that's kind of semi-translucent over a cream colored sneaker, that would be really sharp. I think you could do an Odell or an Ohana over like a light blue sneaker or a dark blue sneaker or black and have it be really, really nice. I think if you did it over white, because I've done it on a white t-shirt, it looks a little dull. So make sure you pick your foil color accordingly. Now I know my friend Jennifer, who's at Artistic Painting Studio, she does a lot of different kinds of sneakers, but she also does ball caps. Folks, I'm not doing ball caps. I don't wear ball caps. I have one that I take to the beach with me once a year. I used to have a couple that I used when I worked on big jobs to keep the plaster out of my hair. Those weren't cute caps. Those were practical. But she does a lot of stuff with pink and blues, and all the colored leopard foils on the ball cap brims are just darling. And again, it's done the same way we did the boots. You apply a couple layers of foil adhesive to the brim and then put the foil on it and then seal it up. All right, so now I have, making sure I didn't put too much on here. I don't want anything dripping. Now again, like the sneakers yesterday, now that you've got these foiled, these came with black bootlaces, which I will wear because I like the black bootlaces, but you could pick up any color in the foil you've applied. You could use pink, you could use gold, you could use purple, you could use silver, and remember your grommets here are silver too, and have even more color added to these. I think these are just going to be the cutest things ever. All right, I am done with these for now. I'm going to set them aside. We're going to turn the camera off. Are we back? No, we're back. Thought I hit something and turned the camera off for a second, but we're back. So I'm going to check for questions, see if I missed anything. I didn't do the tongue on these, and there's a reason, BB. Because this will rub a lot with everything going over that, and that eventually could cause me to lose detail. However, that doesn't mean it can't be done. I think you could do a contrasting pattern right here on the tongue. This is my personal choice. It's just like I didn't do the seam in the back, and I didn't do the binding around the grommets. That is a personal style choice that I made. Doesn't mean you can't do it. I could have gone way out there and gone way more detailed. I could have foiled these bands with gold or bright pink. I could have done the tongue. The only thing I'm going to say about the tongue is that my concern is putting the laces on and off eventually will rub through stuff. Doesn't mean it can't be done. If I was going to do this, I might choose instead to do a fabric paint instead of the foil, because the foil is a coating that can be worn off. But like I said, doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means that would be my choice. Oh, Helen, you're going to make her... Sorry, I got an itchy nose, and I know it's silly watching me do that. You're going to do her... Oh, you want to do a number 1 at the top of the tongue? I think that's adorable. And you're going to make her a pair for her first day of school. That is so cool. Again... I got both these pairs. The brand is BP. You might see it in the, but I got the skater style sneakers because I prefer the flat bottom. And then these are combat style canvas boots. Got them at Nordstrom Rack. You might find them because Nordstrom Rack online might have them. So it's either HauteLook.com or NordstromRack.com, so you might want to check there. But really, even go to the thrift store. Go to your thrift store. There's always good pairs of shoes, boots and shoes there if you want to practice on something. But you don't have to spend a fortune to do these. If you saw me doing my shoes, from earlier this summer, they were pairs of shoes that I've been wearing for years, and they were almost getting ready to be gotten rid of because they were kind of tired looking. I foiled the leather and they looked fabulous. I gave a whole new life to my shoes. The soles weren't worn out, the heels weren't worn out. It's just the tops had gotten pretty beat up. So we've got our sneakers with the flat sole. We've got our combat style boots that are very flexible soles. We've done 2 different foils on them. This is our Blue Cheetah. This is the Magnolia foil. But really, I would say just about any foil would work. If you have any questions, of course, put them here in the comments or feel free to reach out to me through Messenger. I'll be happy to help you in any way I can. And don't forget again, special product of the month is 2-part epoxy resin. Save 20% on both our art resin and our liquid glass with code AUG20, AUG20. Use it at checkout and you will receive 20% off of your epoxy resin purchases. I think we're good. I don't think I missed anything. Helen, I can't wait to see the pictures when you're done. We will definitely post them. I think you guys, thank you for all the wonderful comments. Thank you for the participation. I think this was a fun thing to do, and I encourage everybody to give it a shot. All right, everyone, have a great night. I am going to sign out if I can get back to where I'm supposed to be to do that. And yep, I can do that now. All right.